Let's have a look at imagery. What is imagery? Imagery is the literary device used by a writer to appeal to a reader's senses and imagination using descriptive and figurative language. Imagery makes a reader feel as if they're actually in the story or poem. Now let's look at the 5 senses. Sight, touch, taste, smell, and sound. The 5 senses that a writer appeals to when they write a poem and a story, using their imagery, the way how they write their words, their sentences. Now let's look at some imagery examples. Now, what sense does the sentence appeal to? So here we have our 5 senses. Here is our sentence. His coat felt like a velvet curtain. How would you know that that coat felt like a velvet curtain? You would have to see it, taste it, smell it, hear it, or touch it to know how it feels. You will have to touch. So this sentence appeals to the reader's sense of touch. His coat felt like a velvet curtain, and that word felt is a clue word to tell you that they're talking about touch. What sense does the sentence appeal to? The silence was shattered by her scream. Let's picture it, silence and shattered. Shattered means it was broken or disrupted by the scream of someone. Which sense would this appeal to? The sense of sound. What sense does the sentence appeal to? The cookies melted like cotton candy in my mouth. It's easy. This sentence would appeal to the sense of taste. What sense does the sentence appeal to? So here's another example. The lightning danced across the sky. How would you know that the lightning danced across the sky? Which sense would you have to use to know that the lightning danced across the sky? And that would be sense of sight. You have to see it. Now let's try a bit of practice, very short practice with our imagery. What sense does the sentence appeal to? She was awakened by the tropical smell of pineapple. Here's that word smell, clue word. So obviously, you know they're talking about the sense of smell. Another one. What sense does the sentence appeal to? I was greeted by the aroma of freshly baked cupcakes. Aroma. How do you get aroma? Do you see aroma, taste aroma, smell, sound, hear it, or touch? So this appeals to the sense of smell. Aroma, you smell. So that's it for imagery. And remember, imagery is the literary device used by a writer to appeal to a reader's senses and imagination.